So this is Lumines Symphony, and I'm going to show you some of the new features of the game. Now, the original Lumines was built completely in 2D using animated 2D sprites, blocks, background effects. Now everything has been rebuilt in complete 3D. You'll notice that when I move the blocks left and right, there's actually a bit of perspective when I'm moving them. From a purely aesthetic standpoint, it's interesting just because it's a definite shift from the previous Luminuses, which were all 2D, but it also allows us to do some really cool effects. You'll notice that when I move the, well, wait till I get some blocks on the screen, but you'll notice that when I move the blocks left and right, there's actually lighting, so you can see light sourcing moving around. So this allows us to do all kinds of things regarding mood and effect and atmosphere. But in addition to that, since all of the elements are 3D, these special particle effects, these things that show up and show you the super bonus on-screen announcements, for example, those are all 3D. All these blocks in the background are 3D, and that allows us to do a lot of cool things visually beyond just the light sourcing. It allows us to play with opacity, transparency. It allows us to do some video textures on blocks like you may have seen in our other game, Child of Eden. So one of the things that the Chief Creative Officer of Q Entertainment, Tetsuya Mizuguchi, he was telling us that when we started making this game that he felt that this Lumines should have greater visual impact than Child of Eden. So that was a pretty tall order, but it's what we're setting out to do. So there are two new block mechanics designed for this game, and the two blocks that we have are the chain block and the shuffle block. The chain block is a kind of evolution of the previous special block, which you would have to create a four-square, but any blocks connected to that four-square would be eliminated in a big combo. Now, instead of having to create the four-square, any block that the chain block touches will automatically clear any like-colored connected blocks. So the balancing factor of that is that one, before the special block would pretty much, you could apply to any color on screen and it would eliminate those blocks. But now it'll randomly generate one of the two block colors on screen, like for example here, pink or white. So if you're trying to plan a big chain combo of pink blocks, but the game generates a white block, then it kind of offsets that, and then you have to wait and try again. The shuffle block will actually change and randomize any block cluster that it lands on. So if a shuffle block was to land on this cluster, it would randomize everything, which could be good or bad. Now, if your block stack is reaching the top of the screen and you're near a game over situation, the shuffle block could actually save you because it could randomly clear a whole bunch of block clusters. As you'll notice in the background, we have escalating visual effects, and these are triggered partially by your play level and also by the level that you achieve in the level meter here. So around level 3, the blocks went from kind of a 2D looking backdrop to kind of a pulsating block formation that was synced in time with the music. Once we hit level 6, everything started to rotate and the sense of escalation increased. So as you can hear in this track, the song is the Chemical Brothers' Hey Boy, Hey Girl, and that's a track that will definitely be in the final game. We can confirm that now. And once we get to the end of this stage, you'll see that the skin transitions into another skin, and that skin features the song 4 AM by Cascade. In Lumines Electronic Symphony, one of the improved features that we've added for this game is the addition of an actual avatar gauge. Now, the avatar in the previous games was just kind of a decorative feature, and you know, we listened to feedback from Lumines fans who said, yeah, we liked the avatar, but it didn't have any real purpose. So you know, it would be nice for the avatar to have more of an actual effect on the game. So we listened to that, and we've designed something called the avatar gauge. And what you can do now is you can actually tap the avatar, and it'll generate in this Tokyo Game Show build, it'll generate an extra chain block. So you can see that has a benefit there. The way that you fill the avatar gauge is by either playing, and you can see that the number goes up as you clear blocks. But if you were to clear a huge combo, the percentage at which the gauge fills also rises. Now, one of the ways that we use the Vita's hardware features is that we use the rear touchscreen to allow people to actually tap the back screen and fill up the avatar gauge. Now, we pumped up the speed at which the avatar gauge fills for the TGS build so that people could try it really quickly, because the demo is only 5 minutes long. But one of the balancing features of this is that if you're trying to create a huge combo and you're basing everything around, for example, the pink blocks, but you generate a white chain block, then the benefits are negligible. But in this case, I just happened to create 2 chain blocks back to back, so we cleared a bunch of blocks there. The thing that helps balance this out is the fact that it doesn't really do a player much good to constantly generate chain blocks all the time, because if you don't have many blocks on screen, the benefits will be minimal. However, this allows for some strategic play, because if you're very close to a game over situation, you could generate another chain block at will and possibly extend your game experience.